Hi everyone, my name is Cherry Amogus, and this is my WPF account notification apps with two-factor authentication. It supports 2FA for login, new account email verification, and change password with a strict 3-cycle limit. The 6-character code has 3 letters and 3 digits, and there's a visible countdown, expiry, and resend rules that match the assignment. And first, I'll demo it, then I'll explain the code. So, the App Store's account. So the app stores on the accounts in CSV, and it writes the demo emails to the emails folder. So I can show everything on video without real SMTP. Two demo users are seated. It's Alice and Bob, and both are verified. So these are the columns: the username, the password hash, the name, the email, the birthday, and email verified. If a birthday is in June 15, 2001, the loader accepts it and rewrite as 2001-6-15 to stay consistent. So I will run the app, and it shows the account notification screen, and then there's two options you want to choose. If you want log in, create account, and change the password. So I will click log in, and then I will choose Alice as the username. Alice, and I will put the password, then log in, and then it will um after the password is correct, the app opens the 2FA window and sends a code immediately for login. So I will open the email folders, and here's the email. It says the code is 130OFE. So it also expires in 2 minutes. So the code has always 3 letters, 3 numbers in random order. And I will the input is 1 box per character. Auto advance is on, and letters digits only. So I'll put the code 130OFE, and I will enter verify, and it prompts that I was able to log in, and it prompts a welcome message. So let me log in again, and let's timer hit the 0. If the timer hits 0, the code expires for login, and a new code is not sent automatically. I have to click resend code that matches the requirements. So it's now 1 minute and 29 seconds. And if I enter a wrong code while waiting, it shows code is incorrect, and this timer will still continue to continue running until it hits the 0. Let me remove it. So it's now 23 seconds. Now it says that the code is expired and you have to click resend to get a new code. So I will press resend code and the timer starts again. And I will be able to see the code on the email folder. So this is the latest email that I received. Let me remove this. So the code is 8A65FB. So let's type that in. 8A65FB. And it is not a case sensitive, and it prompts me that I was able to sign in. So with the correct code, login completes. Now let us go back and let's choose to create an account. So I'll create an account here, and then I'll choose username Dana, password be Dana123 and the $sign, and then enter Dana again, 123 $sign, and the name is Dana Dominguez, and I'll put an email dana@example.com, and the date is say 2010 June 1, then create account. So I was able to create an account. So if you put the dana@example.com, it will not allow you. You have to enter the correct domain, which is the Gmail. And then when I press create account, since I already entered earlier, it says that the username already exists. But we can try something else. I can put Eric123 $sign, Eric123 $sign, and I'll change the username complete name Eric Amogus, and then I'll put here eric@gmail.com. We can keep same date and create account. If the password does not match, it will also tell you that it did not match. So let's type in again. Eric123. So to save your account, you have to get the email verification, and you have to select send code. So let's go back to the email folder, and here's the code for Eric. And you can also see here that this is for Eric since there's a name. and the code is T92HX3. So T92HX3. Then hit verify. So now it says that the code is failed. So let's get the latest email. So this one, 2V75GR. 2V75GR. And you're able to sign in. So new accounts are stored with email verified equals false. Per spec, the code isn't sent automatically on sign up, and I must click the send code. And after verifying, the app marks the account verified and logs me in to show and it works. Now I will try to log in with unverified account. Let's say Edgar, and then Edgar123 dot log in. It shows that the user is not found. So you cannot bypass if the user is not in the record. And when we open the CSV file, here it saves the new user, which is Dana and Eric. So let's try to change passwords, and this one, let's choose Bob, and the date of birth of Bob is 12/3/2000. So 2000, December 3. And let's create a new password. Bobcat123 dollar. Bobcat123 dollar. And then I will select change passwords. It will send a code, and if it expires, a new code is sent automatically. This counts as a cycle. There's a hard limit of 3 cycles. So what we can do is we will going to let the first 2 code expires, and then um, let the third code also expire, and it will says the account is locked out. So if I don't enter the correct code within 3 cycles, it locks and I must start over. So let's try to enter the wrong code. So now the code is incorrect. Let's wait until it will expire. So it's now 18 seconds. and it will tell you that the verification code was sent for the second time, and I will enter a wrong code again. This time all it mixed with letters and numbers. Verify. It says code is incorrect. So it's now 52 seconds. So another code is sent for the third time, and I will enter a wrong code again. Say 789JHJ. Verify. The code is incorrect. So now it's the third time and I still enter the wrong code. It says that the code attempts exceeded and we have to restart the process. So that means that for the third time, it shows that it's already locked out. So I can cancel it, and it it also shows here that the two-factor authentication failed and password has not been changed. So if you notice that for Bob, this is the hash. So um, let's observe it. So let's create a new password and the password hash should change. Gonna put don't save and then change password. This time let's enter the right code. So this is the latest email for Bob. It's OOAHG7. OOAHG7. Verify. So the password changed, and you will also receive an email confirmation that it was successfully changed. So let's check the email, and Bob received an email confirmation that the password has changed and there is a timestamp when and the date and time. And if you do not request this, please reset your password or contact the support if the user did not allow changing the password. And we can also check the accounts and check the password hash for Bob, and it changed the password hash. So for this recording, I used demo emails, text files, and if I want a real Gmail, I set use underscore SMTP equals true and put my Gmail and app password into the constants. Then the code arrived in my inbox. So the next video process is I'm going to walk through my code. So let's start with main window, the SAMML CS, and let's go from the top. Let's start with the UI. So the main window X class, account notification, and two-factor. Um, this one, account notification and two-factor main window. This declares a new WPF window class called two-factor window under our namespace. This is the pop-up you see when a verification code is needed. And these two XML and S, this is the standard XML namespaces. So SAMML knows WPF controls and SAMML directives. And this one, the title and the window startup location. This is the window caption and the size. And the center owner puts the 2FA window centered over the main window. And the no resize, it means that it will prevent resizing and keeping the layout neat. And the grid margin, this is the root layout container with 14 pixel padding. And this is the slice window into 5 rows for the title, the email hint, the 6 code boxes, the timer, and the status. And the text block is, this is the big header where the code, this is the code behind changes its text depending on the mode. That's the login slash sign up verify and the change password. And the text back grid row, it shows which email the code is sent to, and it masks it in code for the privacy. And the stack panel grid row, this is the container that holds the 1 per character inputs side by side. And this is the text box, one of 6 identical boxes. It has a max length, and then it has the preview text input, which is digit letter only, and it has a text change, which move next, which will auto jumps to the next box after typing. And the next 5, which is from box 1 to 5, is the same pattern. And the stack panel, it shows the live countdown label. The code behind updates this every second. And the button, this is the send code button. It enabled for sign up verify per spec. User, for the specification, user must trigger send. And it also enabled for login as a optional manual send. And this one, the button resend, it resends the code button. This is the resend code button. It disabled until the code expires in the login sign-up page. And in change password mode, resend is automatic, so we keep this disabled. And for the stack panel grid row, um, this means that status text messages for like code expire or code incorrect. And the button consent cancel, it cancel closes the window without verifying. And the button verify, this verify reads the 6 boxes and checks the code. Now let's move to two-factor windows, the SAMML's C# code. Um, the public enum two-factor mode, this means it's a simple enum to switch behavior depending on context. And the private read-only, this is the configuration for the window. The seconds per code is validity period. It defaults the 120 seconds, which is equivalent to 2 minutes. And the mode, it changes send and resend rules. And this string, the target email where we send the code, which is the file or the SMTP. And the private read-only integer, this used only for change password, auto resend, and a max of 3 cycle. And this string, the current code, it means that the code the user must, that's the code that the user must type. And the timer, it fires every second to update the countdown. And the second left, it's shown on the UI and triggers the expiry. And this string here, it's a callback the main window provides, so the 2FA window can send and the email without knowing how file versus SMTP. And this is the constructor where we pass the mode, the email, um, and the method to send the message. And it defaults to 120 seconds and the 3 cycle for change password. And this one here, it means that it instantiates UI and stores config, and it masks the email for privacy, like the for example, a *** at gmail.com. And the timer, this means that 1 per second heartbeat to update the countdown text and handle the expiry. And the header text, it sets the big title to match the current action. So these are the behavior specification. So the login, it auto sends immediately and user may resend later. And the sign up verify, it don't send until the user clicks send code, this one. And the change password, it auto send now. So future resends are automatic on expiry. So those are the major code for the two-factor window SAMML C# code. Now let's move to the main window, which is the three screen, where the home panel, the login panel, create panel, change panel, and the yes, change panel. So for the home panel, it log in and create account, change password button. And for the login panel, this is the username plus password and the status. And create panel, this is for the username, password twice, the name, email, birthday in a scroll viewer and status. And in change panel, this is the username, the birthday, new password twice, and the status. All panels are in grid or scroll over plus the stack panel. So the code behind can read and write and shows the messages. The key point is, if I don't create multiple windows for each screen, I just hide or show the panels by switching the visibility. This keeps the app simple and predictable for the window. And the last part is the main window SAMML C#. So the private read-only string, this is where the accounts are stored and where emails are written in demo mode. And this is the email mode, where if I use the use underscore SMTP equals false, the emails become simple. It will go to that text email, the that text files. And if true, it sends via Gmail and it needs the app password. And this string, this is in memory of all accounts for last lookups and update. And the private static read-only string, it accepts several date formats when reading the account.csv file, so the app won't crash if the file was edited manually. And this is the constructor, where it set up the UI and it guarantees the folder exists, and it creates a seed CSV on first run and loads account into the memory. And this is the data model, well, the single source of truth for users records. And it has a we use the password hash, which starts SHA dash 256. And this is the panel switching. Will it collapse all panels, shows the target and clear status label. It buttons on the home screen call with the right panel. And this one here is the CSV bootstrap. It seeds two verified accounts and writes the header row. And this is the save accounts, where it writes all accounts back to CSV with a header. It normalizes birthdays and persists the email verified. And this is the string or minimal escaping by removing commas from data. And these are the helpers where it hashes passwords so we don't store in a plain text. And the private static bool, this is a simple validation rules for inputs. And this is the login flow where it fetches the accounts and confirm the hash matches. And this means is if user never verified email, it forced the verification first. That's the requirements. And the var 2FA, this is the normal 2FA for login. The code it auto sends on open and expires after 2 minutes, and it has a manual resend. And on success, it shows a green and welcome message. So this is the create account flow where it friendly checks with clear messages to the create status. And the new accounts start with email verified. So new account must be verified. And this one here is it sends the code only when user clicks send code in that window and mark verified on success. And this is the change password flow where it validates an identity with birthday and new password. And this is the var 2FA where the code auto sends on open, auto resend on expiry, and the 3 cycle max. If the user doesn't verify with 3 auto resends, the window disables verification and force a restart. So, and the last one is the send email flow where it writes the that text file into emails so we can show messages instantly. And the use of use underscore SMTP equals true, this will send to real Gmail inbox using an app password. So that are all major codes for my account notification with two-factor authentication. Thank you for watching.